Hi everyone, and welcome back to our online Jiu-Jitsu workout classes, coming to you live from my apartment here in the East Village in New York City, as we're all shut in during the coronavirus pandemic. As usual, we hope that everybody is safe and healthy and maintaining their sanity. We planned on doing a Boken practice class today. That for you, those of you who don't know, that's the wooden practice version of the katana, the Japanese sword. And I was hoping to present this live from my roof deck, where I have lots of room to swing around. But unfortunately it's raining, so we're still going to do that today. We're still having Boken practice. I'm going to be using an aito, which is it's the same as a katana basically, except for it doesn't have the blade sharpened, so its weight and metal and everything is exactly the same, but you're not in danger of slicing your uke in two if you actually do make contact with them. So that's what we use to practice swordsmanship. We're not using bokens. So I'm going to do what I can within the confined space of what we can do in my apartment and what the students at home are able to do in their spaces. You can use something else as a stand-in for a boken. You don't actually need to have one if you don't have one. You can use a cut-off broomstick, the handle of a broom, which you can get in a hardware store quite easily. You can also buy these dowels, these 1.25" dowels that I use for practicing instead of the rattan sticks. I have rattan sticks for doing the Arnis stick fighting that we do, based on Professor V's input to our style, which is a Filipino martial arts. But I can equally do it with the 1.25" dowel. Maybe not quite as strong. You can use something like this as a makeshift boken, as long as you're not hitting anybody. It doesn't matter that it's made of cheaper wood. It's not oak like our boken might be. But for just using for something to swing in the air, it can actually be a good stand-in. And if it's too light, you can always add some weight to it. Doesn't matter if it's ugly, right? You can have something nasty on it that adds a bit of weight or adds a bit of thickness by wrapping cloth around it to make a handle. If it's too thin for your hands to hold in the appropriate manner, you can do that. Doesn't matter if it's ugly, because we're not using it to actually practice with anybody. It's not going to break, it's not going to splinter, we're not going to do anything other than swipe in the air. So that could be something that you could use in the future. And if you're watching this asynchronously, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, you can pause, run out, and get yourself something that'll work as a boken if you don't have a boken. Otherwise, welcome, and let's get ready for class. Like so. Makso yame. Ishmas. And hands on your hips or your belt. Head to the right. Hich, ni, san, shi, go. Daich, ni, san, shi, go. Head back, down, back, down, back, down, back, down, back, down. Look right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, tilt right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, any way you need it. Shoulders forward, ich, knee, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, knee, san, shi, go, alternating, ich, knee, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, knee, san, shi, go, hands up, elbows back, ich, knee, stand forward, ich, knee, stand forward, ich, knee, stand forward, reverse, ich, knee, stand back, ich, knee, stand back, ich, knee, stand back. Left hammy, left hand on your belt, right hand forward. ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go, and die, ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go, natural stance, both hands in, remember palms out, ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, palms toward your face, ich, ni, san, shi, go, and left hamni, right hand in, ich, ni, san, shi, go, out, ich, ni, san, shi, go, shake it in, shake it out, side to side, punch, and die, ich, ni, san, shi, go, out, ich, ni, san, shi, go, shake it in, shake it out, side to side, punch. Natural stance, elbows to your chest, in, ich, ni, san, shi, go, out, ich, ni, san, shi, go, shake it in, shake it out, side to side, double punch. Hands on your hips, rotations to the right, ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Concentrate on keeping your head in the same position. If you can see your own camera, you can see if your head is moving, or if you're kind of doing this thing, which a lot of people have a tendency to do. Let's do another set of each. So to the right, ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. I think I probably look a bit ridiculous doing that, but anyway, let's do some standing twists. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, chu. Hands on your hips, reach back, or lean back. Shi, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Forward, hands to the mat. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Back, hands overhead. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Chest to your right knee. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Thigh. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. And loosen up, ready for torso rotations to the right. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Thigh, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. And standing split. Elbows to the mat. Rocking, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Back on your heels. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Pivot to your left. Remember, put your instep as flat as you can on the mat. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. And die. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. And come up into Shikadach. Breathe in, out, in, out, shoulder and look at your right fingers if you can. Dai, 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 dai. And turn out your right foot for side kick. And dai. 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 Dai, toes up. Dai. 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 Dai all the way down. Dai. 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 And drop the right knee into herder stretch. Hopefully you guys are getting good at this by now. We've been doing it a while. I know it's not something that you normally did before. To the front. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. And thigh. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. And die, feet in front. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Die. Now, in case it's not obvious, you don't want to be reaching more with one hand than the other. So if you can't reach all the way, get as far as you can, wherever both hands can be even. Because you want to turn your shoulder and turn this rear hip and keep it on the ground. Forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Twist is a big part of it, right? So we want to twist forward and reach forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. And both legs forward. Pick them up. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Reach deeper. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Sit up straight, twist. Dai. 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 And feet apart. Same thing. Twist right. Reach right evenly. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Sit up straight, twist. Remember to try and keep your right hip on the ground while reaching to the left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And to center, whatever you can get to the mat. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Right, Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And now for the one that not too many people are happy trying to do, but we're going to try it anyway. Right elbow next to your right knee on the mat. Left hand over. Grab your feet. You can get even further. You can try and get your shoulder inside your right knee. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. On die. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. So being able to get your knees behind your shoulders is a very handy thing, especially when you're trying to roll in a very small roll, and also for chambering and various things. To the middle, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Die. Die. And die. And bring them in. My worst stretch probably. Bounce the knees. Pushing down on the knees. And chest to feet. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And forward again. Reach deep. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And get ready for back fall. If you can do it, otherwise ready for jackknife position. Right. And jackknives, hajime. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Hands into your butt. And let's do slow, wide scissors. So you're going to go all the way out and all the way out each time. So, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Leg raises. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Knees to chest. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Flutter kick. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Bring them up straight, feet on your belly. Slowly down. Stretch. Loosen up whatever you need to loosen up. Head off the mat, right knee in. Put it down, twist. Thigh, left knee, twist, put it down. So at the very least you're trying to get the knee touching the ground and your left elbow touching the ground on the opposite side. You can't do that, that's fine, that's what you're aiming for. The super flexible could get their left shoulder on the ground, but that's near to contortionist level. away, both knees in, rocking, stretch, heels in and bridge. Push on the way up. And yummy. Eizan, ready for a face fall, again if you can do it. Otherwise get into push-up position. Hey! Push-up position, head up, right leg up, down, leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, one more, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down and hold it. Slowly down, relax. Up. Thigh. 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 Drop to your knee, fix yourself and anything that needs fixing. Left tummy with a gash. Thigh. Thigh, EQ, thigh, thigh, EQ. Thigh, thigh, thank you. Thigh, thigh, shihonage. die. And die, finger wrist stretch. And die. And shake it loose. Ready for Tai Sabaki. Itch. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. And die. Hitch. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. And die. Hitch step pivot, slow count. Hitch. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. And die. Remember, with the slow count, we're trying to cover distance. So concentrate on getting a nice distance. Left foot forward. Hitch. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. And die. Hitch that pivot fast count. Hitch. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. And die. Hitch. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. Yame. Shake it loose. So get your space again, this time fitting in for close the window. Left foot first. So left foot front. Hitch. Back knee. Back san. Back shi. Back go. Back shi. Hatch. Ku. Ju. Die. Right foot forward. Hitch. Knee. San. Shi. Ku. Rook. Sich. Hitch. Ku. Ju. Me. Okay, ready for extension rolls. Right foot forward. Oh wait, we can't do that, sorry. I hope nobody actually tried that. Alright, haha indeed. And as I don't have anybody near me to chop off their head, I'm going to go ahead and use this instead. This, so you know, is an aito as opposed to a katana. In other words, it's exactly the same as a katana in terms of how it's made, built, all of the metal, the weight, everything is the same. But it's blunt. You can still poke and drive all the way through somebody, but it's blunt. It's made specifically for the practice of swordplay, of sword work, so that you know, we don't cut each other's hands off when we actually try out techniques. So I'm not actually in danger, and there's nobody else around me. Let's start with just have a look at the hand positions. So one of the most common things is that when people use their hands, let me turn on this light here so you can see me better, is that people have a tendency to grip like this, like making a fist, which means that when you grip it, the sword is almost at 90 degrees to your hand, but we want to actually be at this angle. So your fingers are actually in a sequential row like that, one folding in after the other, and then the thumb is more like this. So what that means is that when, instead of gripping like this, we're bringing our index finger knuckle on top. And it can be very difficult to do that. So that's part of the practice, is to learn holding it like that. And then the same thing with the left hand, which goes at the back. So if you have a blocker, you can go all the way up to the front, but your front knuckle is going to hit it, not this top knuckle. So you want to practice being on top there, because what that does is, as it feels that once you get beyond this position, there's a lot of tension in your arms. It's actually difficult to go past that position without changing your grip. And we will be changing our grip for other positions, but for now, try and get that tension into your forearms by having both knuckles on top, and again your fingers in this position. So your front index finger, just like as we're pointing often when we do a lot of our techniques, isn't actually gripping very much. You can see here that my front finger isn't wrapped around, and the other fingers are in a row and the thumb is coming in. So that's my top knuckle grip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip up my cameras so that we're not going to worry too much about the footwork, and you can actually see the boken. 1 second, I have another camera running. There we go. Okay, so the boken, the standard position should be, imagine that it's pointing at the throat of your opponent. So it shouldn't be up like this, and it certainly shouldn't be down like that. So again, it should be where your hand feels. As it comes to horizontal, you should feel a lot of tension in your forearm. So cocking it just a little bit should actually be a nice comfortable position. So right foot forward. Generally speaking, we would almost always at least start with our right foot forward. There are things we're going to do to move our left foot forward, but the basic position is right foot forward. Bend your knees a little bit. Tip up your boken, which you're using just your wrists, and down, up and down like this to start with. Now what you'll notice is that as it comes up, you're going to start losing the ability to grip with the rear hand, because it's rotating around the wrist of the front hand. So what happens is, as it comes up to about here, then you start raising your elbows. And we're going to bring it up till we can see clearly underneath the stem of it. Now, we don't want to have it dead straight, so we're not going to just go dump, dump. but we don't want to go back to here either. So there's a tendency that what feels like straight is actually here. So, as I've often said in class, if you have something that you can actually hit against, like a wall, in this case, I can hit these pipes over my head. If you can locate it so that when you hit it, it's just past vertical. So now when I raise it up, I'm going to tip it up, start raising my elbows, and I should hit there right around the same time as I come to being able to look underneath. We're not going to do that, and I'm not going to just try and correct you. We're just going to, just for your information, that's the correct position. So what we want to do is we're just going to raise it up, and then cut and dead stop. I don't know if you can hear this, but I'll shut up for a second. You might be able to hear. This is so aerodynamic that it cuts through the air, and you can actually hear that. At least I can. So we're just going to do that a few times, and like 3 sets of 10. Ready? Ich, knee, stand, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, hai, ich, knee, stand, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, hai, ich, knee, stand, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, hey! So, just so you know, you don't want to have tension in your hands the entire time. As you're bringing it up, you can kind of relax your fingers a little bit so that you can use that. And I've shown you this with the sticks. You have a little bit of looseness in your hands. As you bring it down and tighten your hand, it also helps that. So imagine, I like super exaggerate, I'm going to just let go of it and just it's sitting on top of my hand, and as it drops, I grab it real tight, and that'll add as your break. So let go, grab, let go, grab. Don't really let go, but that's an exaggeration. But the idea is that you don't have to have a super tight grip on it when it's here. You have to have a super tight grip on it when it makes its impact. Just like when we're punching and we're landing our foot and we're dropping and everything, hey, the ki all happens in one go. Same thing here. All the tension comes on at once as you stop that. So we don't have a left side. Sorry, Senpai Anna. It's assumed that you're always a right-handed swords person. So what we're going to do now is just hold it with the right hand. So again, knuckle on top, put your left hand behind your back, and then we're just going to go rep that. We'll do 30 of those. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju. Yeah, may. I switch to the other side. This one's harder, simply because you're holding further back, so now you're even further away. Your lever just got longer, so it just got heavier, right? But basically the same thing. Right hand behind your back. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju. Yeah, me. Okay, So if you actually have a full weighted weapon, that's actually pretty difficult to do. And with my bad wrists, it's particularly difficult to do. But that's how you build up strength in the wrists, and also that braking power, so that when you cut, you can dead stop whenever you need to. Right? So that's how it builds up that power. Shihan Felix will tell you work your way up to 100 of these in each hand, then 3, and eventually 1,000. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do, if you have the room of course, is we're going to move as we cut. So again, both hands in, both knuckles on top, and we're going to come up, and as we start the cut, we're going to hitch step forward, and the cut arrives at the same time as our feet stop, basically. So the breaking of our front foot by bending into that front knee is also the drop that applies the cut. And it's a showman, so it's a straight down the middle cut. So let's try that. And again, if you can't do it, just make sure I got my space here. And as we come back, we're just going to showman again, but not necessarily with any great design. So the idea is you come in, hit, and then hit as you come back. So just be aware that so as you're retreating, you can also be striking. So it's 2 strikes, one as you come in, one as you come back. Ready, hitch, and back, knee, and back, san, and back, shi, and back, gu, and back, ruk, and back, sich, and back, hatch, and back, ku, and back, ju, and back. So the second one, even though it's more of a just coming back to chamber rather than a strike, but you can put a strike on it, but my breathing is all about the first strike, and then just I'm back. So I'm not really turning that reverse into a heavy strike. But it's very, very important that your breathing move with your main strike. Obviously that's why we ki-eye, but I'm not going to ki-eye because my neighbors might get freaked out. So let's do that again. Ready, hitch, back, knee, and back, san, and back, shi, and back, go, and back, rook, and back, sich, and back, hatch, and back, ku, and back, ju, and back. And yame. So if you have a boken, I'm going to loosen up our wrist. I'm going to put this down because I can't do it with this. So with the boken, hold the boken like this, and you're just going to jump up and down, shaking it like that. So you're going to rotate your wrists and let it bounce with that weight pull down on your arms a bit, and that'll loosen up your shoulders and your wrists. So ich ni san chi go rook sich hach ku jo, ich ni san chi go rook sich hach ku jo, ich ni san chi go sich hach ku jo. And then in the right hand, same thing, you're going to curl your wrist and let it pop down. Ready? Ich ni san chi go rook sich hach ku jo, ich ni san chi go rook sich hach ku jo, ich ni san chi go rook sich hach ku jo. And on the other side, same thing. Just grip it wherever the weight is, the center. Ready? Ich ni san chi go rook sich hach ku jo, ich ni san chi go rook sich hach ku jo, ich ni san chi go rook sich hach ku jo. And hold it like this. Up, down, right, left, right, left, And one more time like this. Ich ni san shi go rock ich hachukujo. Ich ni san shi go rock ich hachukujo. Ich ni san shi go rock ich hachukujo. Yummy. Okay. I should loosen this up a bit. Okay. So back to where we were. So I'm going to go through very simply just the first 6 because we've been working on those and we never really got deeper in. So we didn't really get into 5 and 6 much. So I'm not going to concentrate on 1, 2, 3, 4 that much, but I'm just going to go over them quickly. So 1 is what we were just doing, right? 1 is straight up, step in, cut, and back. And then 2, our opposite feet comes in, and we need to make this plane here. So the thing I'm always obsessed with is people's arms are always out there, and the incoming chops that elbow right off. So 2, we step in, withdraw, and cut. So there's a big hip turn. We should be pretty much flat here. I'm able to do that by loosening the grip of my hand. So let me come closer here. What a lot of people do, the reason that their elbow is out is because they're still gripping that really tight, and their elbow has to come there because of the grip. In order to move your elbow out, you can, and again I'm just going to let go completely, you can kind of do that. And that lets your elbow come up underneath the blade. So now it's in line with my body, and then comes back in for the cut. So I'm pretty much close to not holding on at all, just holding with the web of my thumb and index finger, and I've got a good grip with the backhand. So it looks like this, and then pivot and cut. Pivot. So let's go over those quickly. So 1 is you come in regular showman, you come back, 2, step in, cut, back, 3 and 4, 3, step to the right, and cut. So again, we're not going to worry too much about this. I hope that you already have most of this down, but the idea is that we're going to step to the right and we're going to bring it up so we can see out underneath our arms here. We're dropping it down so it's got a curve out this way. So incoming hits it and slides away from your body. You don't want it straight up and down because it might still cause them to cut your leg. So it's close to straight up and down, but it's got a little bit of a tip out. So for you, quickly, to do it quickly, we just make sure that you can see out. Once we're there, we're going to chamber it straight up, and from there, leaning on the front knee, cutting in a sort of a J shape to the elbow. So this de-weaponizes them as opposed to is a head chop. So 3 goes to the right, up and down. I'm breaking it into those 3 because normally we just go, people do this. And there are schools that actually do that all the way around. And that does get a lot of horizontal movement into the cut, but it doesn't use gravity at all. So in our version of it, we want to be here and chambered so we can use that full drop to get both the hip turn and the gravity weight of potential energy from up here, from our chamber position. Same thing for 4. 4, we move to the left. Left foot comes in again, just like on 2. Chamber, cut, and back to position, right foot forward. So we're going to practice the 2 of those briefly together. So the count will be ich, and back, knee, and back. So we're totally avoiding practicing 2 for now because that's probably the most complex and I don't want to get bogged down in it. So ready? So 3 and 4 together with the count. Ich, and back, knee, and back, san, and back, shi, and back, go, and back, rook, and back, sich, and back, fetch, and back, ku, and back, ju, and back. Yame, and grab your rope again like this, and let's shake it out. Ich ni san chi go rock sich hach ku ju. Ich ni san chi go rock sich hach ku ju. Ich ni san chi go rock sich hach ku ju. Up, down, twist right, left, shake it loose. Okay, so now we're getting to 5 and 6, which we haven't had much chance to cover. But we've been doing this with the stick kata a lot, right? Because it's based on it. And I know you can't see my feet, but the idea is that we're coming in and we're doing that scissor lift drop. That's how I've been doing it. So we have right foot forward for 5. We're going to slide in and cross step so that we have that scissor action, shin against calf. We're going to drop, and then I'm going to show you what to do there. So boken in position, we slide in. Don't worry about the opening part of the boken, I'm going to explain that in a bit. We're going to slide in, cross step to scissors, and then we're going to drop and poke and come back. And that's not actually all of it or anywhere near all of it, but as a starting way, right foot comes in, left foot cross steps, drop, coming up we poke and back. So what is actually happening here is that they're coming in with their showman and we are trying to catch them right about here as they come in, and as it comes down we're turning our boken, our sword, on its side so we're not hitting it blade to blade because we might shatter our blade as well as theirs. But we want to gently land on it like that and put some weight on it and slide down. So as theirs comes down it gets pushed to the side, and we're over to the side now too, so we're making sure that they can't change their direction, and we're pushing down on it so my hand is like that. It's flat blade on top, flat blade on top. It starts near their hand if we can reach, and we'll slide all the way down. The further away from their hand they get, the more weight we can apply to it easily because it's a lever, and the closer to the hand the harder it is, the more control they have. So we catch it and follow it down. So that's the first thing we're going to do, is as we come in we're going to reach. So again, as I come in I'm reaching. I'm trying to find that position where they're like this and they're coming, and I'm trying to catch them as they're here and follow them down. The most common mistake people make is they try and slap on top of it as it's already down. If it's already most of the way down, they've probably re-aimed their weapon because they've seen you go off to the side. Why would they keep going in a straight line if they see you moving off there? They would just go, attack over there. So what we want to do is we want to keep their weapon from tracking us. So as we come in, we reach. Elbows come out from the body. Not all the way, shoulders don't come forward past your hips, but elbows come out enough for you to reach. And then as the back foot comes in, I know you can't see my feet, but my back foot's coming into that cross step. That turns my whole body, my shoulders and my hip, and that allows me to turn and follow. So from the front it looks like this. I'm coming in and then turning and following. So I'm almost going 90 degrees, not quite. You don't want to be 90 degrees. You're going to be at like the 45, and you're going to turn a little bit more, maybe about 60 degrees. And moving away from their hands, so you're able to put your body weight onto that weapon, and they won't be able to hold their weapon up because you're at the end of their lever, right? And then what happens, as the weight is on their weapon, they're going to try and resist. They're going to try and get away from that. And as soon as you feel that tension of their trying to pull their weapon back up, you're going to let go. And so you come in, you're holding them down, and as soon as they go to pull up, you allow them to pop your weapon up, and then you can hitch step in a little bit further, straight through the throat here, right? So it's a poke right into the pressure point right there, underneath the Adam's apple. So what that means is we come in, we drop, we wait for that tension, and then we spring forward straight into that position. Now it depends on how big they are and how long your arms are. I often find myself, I'm coming in, I come in, and I can just hit them right there. Got long arms, and the length of your weapon is actually determined by the length of your body. So I've got a 27-inch blade here. Many people will have a 26 or 25-inch because they won't be able to pull a 27-inch out of their scabbard, right? So you buy the weapon that suits the length of your arms. So I've got a long weapon and I've got long arms, so often I don't have to hitch step in for that final thing. Okay, so to wrap it, what we're going to do is we're going to go, step 1 is coming in and reaching. Step 2 is cross-stepping, turning and dropping. And step 3 is straightening up and poking. Now it's okay to leave your weapon on its side to do the poke, but it's preferable to turn it back over because you've got a better straight, better grip on it when you have it like that. For 7 and 8, we often will leave them turned over because of the positions we're in, but don't worry about them for now. So again, 1, we hitch step in and reach. 2, we cross step with the left foot. We're turning our weapon over on its side and following them down as we drop our body weight onto it. And then 3, we're going to turn back towards them and hitch step in with a straight thing, and then back to our start position. Again, 1, step in, reach. 2, cross step, turn, side of weapon, drop. 3, back and straight in. Now the new angle for coming in for the poke, it is now 45. It's not to the original line of fighting. So right now I'm diagonal on my mat, so the line of attack is straight down my diagonal. I come out, exaggerating a little bit here to the side. I come, so I'm almost at the other diagonal now. Remember I said about 60 degrees, not 90. And then I'm coming back to where they would be for my poke. So now I'm probably at the 45 to my original line. So I'm going from straight to 60, back to 45, and in. Okay, so let's do that a few times. You ready? Hitch, cross step 2, drop, and 3, in and poke. And back. 1, reach in. 2, cross step, drop. 3, in and poke. It's hard to maneuver directly from 2 to 3 there without having them provide some lifting of your sword for you. But we have to imagine that, and your hands will get strong. Again, 1, hitch step in, reach. 2, cross step, turn over your weapon and drop. 3, hitch step and poke, and back. Again, hitch step in, reach, 2, cross step, turn your weapon on its side and drop, 3, hitch step in again and poke, and back. And one more time on this side. Again, 1, hitch step in, reach, 2, cross step, turn, drop, 3, turn back, hitch step, poke, and back. So that's 5. Now 6 is basically the same thing on the other side. So what it means is that this time, in terms of the footwork, the back foot has to step in, and then the other foot has to cross step to get there. And again, I know you can't see my feet, but you understand my language. So in this case, I'm right foot forward, left foot steps in, as opposed to hitch step, right foot cross steps, and then we're going to do the rest the same, and we hitch step with our right foot, our left foot, the front, what will be our front foot then. Okay, so let's break it down. Right foot forward, knuckles on top of your boken. Left foot steps in and we reach. Right foot cross steps, we turn our weapon, follow their blade and drop down. And then pop up off their sword and hitch step in with the left foot and poke. And back. Let me try this from a different angle in case it's useful for people. Right foot forward, left foot steps in as we reach. Right foot cross steps as we turn over on the side, follow the weapon down and drop. And then we turn back towards them, straighten up our sword, and left foot hitch step in. And back. Again. Left foot steps in as we reach. Right foot cross steps as we turn over and drop. Left foot hitch step and poke. Again, that's on the 45, so we're going, first one goes out to the side, so left foot steps out as we reach. Right foot cross steps, we turn to about 60 degrees and drop. Turn back to the 45, hitch step and poke. Back. Left foot forward. Right foot forward, I'm sorry. Right foot forward, left foot steps in as we reach. Right foot cross steps as we turn and drop, follow their weapon. Turn back to the 45, hitch step in with the left and poke. And back out. Right foot forward, left foot steps in as we reach. Right foot cross steps, we turn, drop. Back to the 45, hitch step in and poke. And back. Again. Left foot steps in as we reach. Right foot cross steps as we follow and drop. Back to the 45, hitch step in, poke. And back. Again. Left foot steps in as we reach. Right foot cross steps as we turn and drop. Back to the 45, hitch step in and poke. And again, you might not need that hitch step depending on who you're fighting against. Again, right foot forward, left foot steps in as we reach. And when I say step in, we're stepping offline, so we're stepping out towards the 45, right? So left foot steps in, we reach. Right foot cross steps, we turn, drop. Back to the 45, step in, poke. And back. And you want to try not to be poking like this. Again, as I said before, you don't want your shoulders coming from over your hips, because then if you're reaching and they come on top of your sword, like we're just practicing, they're going to tip you, right? So at the very worst, even if you're reaching with your elbows, right, poke like this, and they put weight on your sword. They're going to drop your sword, but they're not going to offset your body. This is how we do boken takeaways too, right? We put weight on there, and we turn them under and flip them and stuff. So the more they're reaching, the better it is for us to do stuff like that. Okay, one more time on this side. Right foot forward, left foot steps in as we reach, right foot cross steps, we turn our boken over, flat and drop. We come back to the 45, hitch step in, poke to the throat, and back. And yummy. So let's loosen up our wrists again. Oh, we're running out of time. So again, up and down, ich ni san shi go rock sich hach ku ju, ich ni san shi go rock sich hach ku ju, ich ni san shi go rock sich hach ku ju. Right side, ich ni san shi go rock sich hach ku ju, ich ni san shi go rock sich hach ku, ich ni san shi go rock sich hach ku ju. Die. Ich ni san chi go rock sich hach ku ju, ich ni san chi go sich hach ku ju, ich ni san chi go rock sich hach ku ju. Bring it in front, over the head, down again, down again, down to the right, left, right, left, one more time in front, ich ni san shi go rock sich hach ku ju, ich ni san shi go rock sich hach ku ju, ich ni san shi go sich hach ku ju. And yummy. So let me show you how to put your boken away, and then I'll show you on the real thing. So if your boken is like this, you're going to pretend you have a scabbard, so you're going to make this sort of little fish mouth like that. That's going to be the opening of your scabbard, which actually is that shape, right? It's like this. I don't know if you can see it. So we're going to make that shape, and the boken, so when you're carrying your sword, and also you'll notice on my display here, they go bent up. You'll see a lot of people that use these decoratively, and they'll all have everything set up like this, all with their curve down, the belly down. And that's really bad, not even just for a sword, which can get metal fatigue from it, but also from your boken, because your boken can distort in shape. So when you carry your sword, it's always blade up, so curve is up. And when we take it out, we go like so, and we're going to pull it out like that, and either tip it over, or pull it out like that. That's the method. So to put them away, what we do is we make that, what they call the fish mouth, and put it on our hip as though we had a scabbard. And then you put your blade on top like that. So that little knuckle hollow right there, you can put it in there. And what you're going to do is you're going to slide it along there, feeling it with the front of your index finger thumb. So you can feel when it gets past that point, and then tip it up, and notice it's not touching the web of my hand as I slide it in, because that's where the blade is, right? You don't want to be slicing out your finger, and then you let it go. So it comes out the same way, and then goes in on top like that. What you're going to do is you're going to lean on that front knee, slide it forward until you feel it past that point. Notice my grip here, I have to extend it quite far in order to get to that point. And then I'm going to tip it up, and I come back into Hominy and slide it in making sure that the blade doesn't touch my hand. So the way that works with an actual sword, same thing. You have your hand on it in the same way. You bring the sword across in the same way. You feel it with those two fingers. And you bring it all the way out. And you should be able to, I mean, I'm not suggesting that you let it go like that, I'm just showing you that it can clearly fall in without touching your hand and slicing your hands to bits. So when we take them out, again, you're going to do the same thing. You come forward, you step forward. So you've got a really deep, it's almost like a Zenkutsu Dachi, but then you're going to go all the way onto that front knee. So you can turn your hip, you pull it out until it reaches the scabbard, or leaves the scabbard, and then you can turn it all the way over and bring it back and join it to the hand. I'm holding this, obviously this will be on your waist. The other way that you can do it is, as I said, you can tip forward, you can tip your scabbard sideways, and you can bring it out like that. So either way it's coming out as a cut, right? Comes out as a, like a showman, or comes out as a side cut. Even though it's one-handed, taking your sword out is very important because you're usually taking it out for a reason, right? Alright, we've got 15 minutes left. Let me return these back to the frame. So yes, if you have a frame and you have a bokken, put it on the frame. Oops, I'm out of order here. So that it looks right and you don't look like you're just trying to decorate your home. See, everything here is blade up. Protect your weapon and also make it show that you know what you're doing. Okay, so let's do a little bit of workout to finish up, get our heart rates up and pumping, make some room, ready for jackknife. And let me just tip my cameras back down again now that we're done with that. Ready? Hajime. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, jo, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, jo, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, jo, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, jo, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, jo. Now standing twists, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, jo. And when you do this, make sure you turn and look that way too. There's a tendency of people to kind of do this. And notice that not only are my arms no longer in line with each other, but I'm not using my hips nearly as much. And when we do those techniques, that everybody says, oh, I don't know if I can twist that much. This is one way where you can extend that ability to twist. Our Kotegashi number 5, right, is now Sensei Kari's wonderful body twist drop technique. Okay, standing split. Same twist, right? So look over your up shoulder and ready, fingers to toes. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. You know me? Shake it loose. And come down into Shikadach, drop your butt low. Pushing out on your knees, breathe. In through your nose, out to your mouth. Straighten your right leg. Dai. 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 Straighten both legs. Bring your feet in a little bit, whatever you can, and drop into squat. Again, if you can put your shoulders between your knees, great. And if you can, drop your right knee. Dai. Back up. Bring your butt up. Straighten your legs. Walk your feet in, heel to heel. Start straightening up your back. Lower spine first, middle spine, and your ribs. Slowly bring your shoulders up. And now start raising your hands, but leave your wrists loose. Bring your chin up. Arms up. Start bringing your hands up. Everything should be straight by the time they're over your body. Head back, reach back. Forward. Start dropping your chin, dropping your elbows. Straight down your body. Elbows touch your chest, come into the side and drop your arms. And shake it loose. So, I mean, you might wonder why I do some of these exercises. We've often seen these exercises both in track and field, like those spins, and also yoga, what I just did. But they're really good for Boken. So remember Boken, raise your wrists, raise your forearms, raise your elbows, twist, drop your elbows. So they're the type of things that are very good for practice as well. So they're not just randomly chosen. Okay, so let's come into Seiza. And let me see if I got room for this. A bit further forward. Both hands on the mat. Make a V, like a snowplow. I'm going to start pushing forward. Keep your butt on your heels. Slowly. All the way down. Flat as you can get. Slowly up. Drop between your heels all the way back. Up. Twist right. Left. Change position. Interlock your fingers behind your head, elbows in front, touch the mat with your elbows, each knee, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Flare your elbows to the side, touch the mat to the side, to the right, ch, left, knee, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju, and shake it loose. And I think we can call that good for today. Mock so. Mock so yame. Arigatou gozaimashita. And thank you once more for joining me today. I hope to see you next time.